Hello, Battle Lost Gamer back on an episode of Admiral Dreadnoughts Shipyard Champions. We'll be doing the next champion of, it's being called, dubbed the Admiral Olympics. I'll be versing Eularia again. The share design that I'll be fighting is called the Big Bubbles. Weather clear, time day, range 2 kilometers. That's just a torpedo boat, isn't it? I have the Russian Empire versus the Japanese Empire of Japan. I like the UI, because I think the UI has changed since the last update. Light cruiser versus always clear, day, range of 2,000 meters. Let's pop in and look at my design. This is my wonderful, wonderful light cruiser. It has a casemate of 3.9. So at range, it should basically not do that much damage, but it will be able to at least be a constant rate of fire. And then we got the 7.9-inch guns. I could have had bigger guns. Actually, no, they're the biggest guns. Which I am using AP shells normally, and then cap ballistic HE shells. So if they get close enough with the main gun, I could actually maybe probably use an HE shell with maximized armor, except for the deck, because theoretically, even at range, my gun physically can't even pin through a deck, through what's on the deck of this ship. And then we got the normal maximized turret armor. Because the thing is, no matter what, I don't think the enemy shell should ever be able to penetrate the armor of the turret. It technically has the thickest top in the entire ship, so it should always block on the top. Barbette's also pretty thick as well. They're very thick. The thing is, I have made the ship as thick as possible in terms of armor. So, for a gunfight, it should be exceedingly hard to actually damage this thing. Now, the main danger is the torpedoes. Which is why I did a double bottom. I'm not going to change anything, just the torpedoes I got. Increased ammo storage, just so that I do shoot off torpedoes. And the funny thing is, I like making floating cities. This one-towered abomination. Wait a second. Wait a second. Wasn't I supposed to have two? Wasn't I supposed to have two? Yes. Yes, I was. Whoops. Wait a minute. Brain. Brain says brain. Brain. How is it? Let me double check the challenge because I've already messed up. There's number of ships 2. The last challenge was number of ships 1. There's 2 on each side. Unless I'm reading it wrong. We did. So we already essentially instantly know what the ship is. How much armor did they have? You don't have that much armor. Although I think they do have enough armor to resist my secondaries unless we're at point blank range. Actually, theoretically, the secondaries... Actually, no, the secondaries are trying to shoot HE. AP. Drop anchor. Which will kill all of my momentum, which is gonna suck. Which would also have damaged the engine and back one. This ship has like no acceleration, so it's just stuck. This is the massive danger of trying to drop anchor like that. It's just if you don't have enough acceleration, you're just not going to move. Yeah, that is really dangerous. If that ship got its torpedoes off, it would have killed one of my ships. That is the extreme danger of hitting reverse like that, to just like drop anchor, because it can like take forever if you have not enough acceleration to actually get moving again. My ship literally couldn't get moving. Because that's actual, like, kind of just a light cruiser hull. I went with the armored cruiser hull. I look at the challenge, just like, oh yeah, armored cruiser hulls are banned. Armored light cruiser hulls are banned. That would be very funny. I submit a ship that physically can't actually fight. Yeah, the armored cruiser did do its job. It had a lot more armor than the enemy vessel, making it where only the main gun on the enemy ship mattered. Which it only had a 5-inch gun. Let's take a look at this design real quick. Oh, did it only how many? Okay, it had 10 5-inch guns. But the main problem with the 5-inch gun is it only pins up to 5 inches of armor, because Shelby to use. Armored Cap Ballistic 1 could have been like Armored Cap Ballistic 2. Although he only has access to Capped 1s. With a very short range. And 3.4 penetration at 5 inches of penetration. With 6 the maximum, but that's actually blank range, which is kind of ridiculous. Like, you'd have to, like, hug my ships to pin. With my general... Oh, so yeah, my ship is literally impenetrable against his ship, due to he has only 5-inch guns. That is the main bulk of his guns. The only chance he has to do damage is landing the 1 in a million shot, which is not really 1 in a million, just hitting the torpedo tube and detonating the torpedo tube. That was the only real places that was getting damage, was the torpedo tube was getting hit with the shell. And the 3s were actually close enough to start doing actual damage, where they're pinning and doing partial pins. Which the main thing and the main real reason this ship is dangerous is it has a 6% chance to flash fire, but if nothing can pin it, nothing can flash fire it. But that'll be it for this episode. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please like, comment, subscribe, and peace.